welcome back to the Romanian Reaver channel and my playthrough of Pillars of Eternity. And Drake Scouting Edition. There's supposedly some sort of something around here. Yeah, perfectly transparent. Take a dip in that and you'll die. Boiled to death. Okay. This insanity is kind of annoying. There's gotta be a Drake somewhere around here that isn't got friends of that caliber.
Yeah?
I forgot to save out there. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, made it out. And there was a new area to explore, so I'm gonna head that way. Equipping a shield increases a character's deflection. Larger shields can negative impact to character's accuracy. Sagania, okay. Travel the cliffs you saw in the vision. When I examined the bear statuette, I thought it was okay. Persoq. So now I have to find, or look for them at least, in Hida.
Do these
Pearlwood
look like
Bluff originally had a small task involving a shade feeding off in Delmgon, but it was ultimately cut because we didn't have time to get everything for it finished. The bluff was then repurposed for one of the bounty hunting quests instead.
Like deer, that was so...
your vision?
What makes the grass grow?
You, and you. Focus on that. You could probably stand to cast that.
Leave it to me! You're not getting through me. Let's burn this away!
Everything seems to be going fine.
I'll let Margaret's fire bless this.
Not too much of a problem.
Ready when you are. You're mine. You're mine. I'll let Margaret's fire bless it. Yep.
Done and done.
Not a problem.
Give me some tongue.
Death to our enemies. You're mine.
Can't get a good shot at this.
Leave it to me.
Ready when you are.
Can't get a good shot with this.
Ready when you are.
What? Here's a lesson.
Oh, going according to plan.
Dead on!
Not a problem.
Okay. And yes, Sagani, this is the area from my vision. In the bay below, waves roll towards Defiance Bay.
Can't get a good shot.
So proper drakes, spellcasters, fuck. Oh my god. I swear to God, if they're guarding the trigger, I'm going to...
Not a problem. You're mine. You're mine.
What? If it
Good shot with this.
Got it.
My bow's ready.
Say the word.
Here's a lesson.
Say the word. You better run!
Stand still.
Get up, you Blumenblätter. Oh, so much primal.
Not a problem.
Okay, that looks promising. A lively breeze ruffles your clothes as you approach the edge of the bluff. A cave mouth yawns from the cliff face. It's only a few dozen feet below your position, but the weathered rock is too smooth to scale. A rock perches near the precipice. It feels like a sturdy anchor. Tie a rope to the rock, securing it with your grappling hook, and climb down. You lost an item. You fasten your rope to the rock and descend. Suddenly a strong gust of wind whips from the bay. You struggle to hold on to the rope as the breeze tosses you around. The wind whistles through the cracks, but you hold tight the rope. Once later the gale subsides and you make your way to the mouth of the cave. Okay, so let's see about Sagani. In her lovely little quest. Come on, you Blumenblätter.
Ready when you are.
Whoa, 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 back. Here.
Hey, leave it.
Dead on!
Othek Worthen. Othek Worthen Rock. Othek Worthen. Othek Worthen Rock. Die already!
I'll let Margaret's fire bless this one.
Bless him, boy, bless him.
Yeah?
And you take some revenge.
Dead on.
Kind of stuck over here. Othek Worthen Rock!
Ready when you are. Death to our enemies!
Hey.
Ready when you are.
Hey. Hey.
Here's a lesson to be taught. I'll let Margaret.
You say the word. You better run! Yeah?
Okay, that wasn't too bad.
Ready when you are.
A lot of vessel flesh, I'm gonna guess.
Not a problem.
And all my enemies. That doesn't look promising. That was all? Is that ring worth it at least, I wonder? Oh yeah, I have a lot of shit to sell. +2, first level spell uses, +2, wow. That is actually quite decently powerful. Okay, I was hoping for something more. Ah, there it is. As you reach the edge of the bluff, you recognize the exact location from your vision of Persoq. He was there not long ago. Sagani stands alert, the other a statuette in one hand, while she scans the cliff. You close your eyes, feeling the ether for some trace of Persoq's presence. The darkness behind your eyelids takes shape. You feel Persoq running through the forest this time, hurtling and dashing around rocks and trees. The scenery whizzes by too fast, you can't make out details between the blurred scenery. Something looms out of the trees ahead of you. Persoq finally stops in front of another arch. Damn it.
Then I'll follow. In these visions, I don't suppose you're getting a sense for who Persoq is now.
Sagani chuckles. Nothing against these stuffy forests, but you haven't seen the southern lights over Nasitwak.
At least we're getting closer. Seems like we've made more progress together than I've made in a year. That depends on who you ask. I talked to everyone in Masuk before I left. I heard he was a strong leader, a dependable builder, a caring grandfather, a wise elder, a generous neighbor, a cunning negotiator.
Might as well be one of those impossibly perfect heroes from Edair epics.
The odd thing is, many in Masuk weren't much older than me when Persoq passed. And yet everyone wanted to make sure he heard about something in particular. Our trade with the Amawa, our successful hunts, peace with neighboring villages.
She gets another pebble over the edge. Itumak follows its arc his ears forward.
It just seems odd that so few of us remember him beyond the things he did for the village. Most of his family members, the ones who knew him, are in their twilight years now. And Persoq was too busy to spend much time with his younger relatives.
Itumak yawns and impatiently nuzzles her hand.
Anyway, what about this Theos character you're searching for? Seems like he was someone important to you. What do you remember about him? Not a lot to go on, huh? Hopefully you can pick up a few more clues about him while we're running around.
Enough chatter from me, or Persoq will find himself in a body before we even get to this one. Wait, I need to discuss something else first. I want to know about your homeland. Nasitwak? She rubs her nose with one broad finger. It's a big island in the middle of the Deadfire Archipelago, just off the coast of the White that winds tundra mostly, with a few snow-covered forests in the warmer parts. Most of us live in fairly small villages by standards here anyway. Mine is Masuk. Cold, but not as cold as the White that winds. The few kids who visit Nasitwak find it sparse, but there's plenty to sustain a village if you know where to look. She takes the items off on her callous fingers. We get hides and meat from caribou, seals and small whales. Bone too, which makes fine bows and arrowheads. Community is important to us. We survive or perish together. So everything we do, every week-long hunt, every wall we build, is for the village. Mostly Inutanak, like me. People here call us Boreal Dwarves. Migratory clans of Glamfellan from the White that winds sometimes spend the colder seasons on Nasitwak. But we don't see many other foreigners who can tolerate the elements. She pats her weathered bronzed arm. Those of us born in Nasitwak like to say we have a hardy layer of sealskin just beneath our flesh. Tell me more about Masuk. We're a tundra village. To an outsider's eyes, we're probably not much different from others around us. But our elders have stories that go back hundreds of years. Epic hunts, battles with neighboring villages, sojourns across the sea. We share these stories too. She nods. What do you do back in Nasitwak? I'm a long hunter. I stole game across the tundra with some of the other wives. We usually hunt caribou and oxen, but we find hares and birds too. It's a good and respected position. To see so much in Nasitwak in the company of my friends and sisters is one of the pleasures of life on Masuk. Tell me about Itumak. She scratches behind her ear. A good hunter, but not much of a stalker, and that's been fine by me. When we hunt in Nasitwak, we almost always bring our foxes with us. They help us track and flush game, and they're fearless defenders against bears and snow leopards. Clever Itumak has always been my favorite. He wagged his bushy tail. You have family back in your village? Of course. We'd never send a woman who hasn't had a chance to find a mate and have a couple of children of her own. Aren't you worried your husband will... Are you kidding? And the Bishad and Masuk. Tell me about your children. I had 5. Yakona, Istuya, Naho, Anik, and Malak. Istuya and Anik died young in long, lean winters. Malak was barely talking when I left. She scrapes a thumbnail along the handle of her hunting knife. You probably won't know me when I get home. She frowns, her hand falling from the knife. Even Nasituk, I spend most of my time on the hunt, but then it's easier to relish the hunt when I know I'll see my family enjoying our kill. What's your husband like? Kalu's a good man. He's raised our children well and built us a strong home while I've been away on hunts. Our parents chose us for one another when we were still young. Not the way things are usually done here, but ours chose well. She smiles. We came to appreciate each other as helpmates first, then friends, and then, well, you know how it goes. There's a hint of a blush below the stripe of her face paint. Oh. Okay, I no longer wish her family is dead. For obvious reasons. I'm curious about your search for Persoq. I'll tell you what I can, but Tarak, Yitzhak pilgrimages like mine are rare. Why do your people have this tradition? She pulls a bear figurine out of her satchel, a bear figurine, running a finger along its back. It's something we've always done. The elders say it was first begun to forge ties with other villages. It's hard to fight over caribou herds when you see someone you respect on the other side. We also believe that passing our history on in this way keeps us stronger. And it helps them, the elders, return to us after they've been away from us for a generation or more. They can use the experiences they've accumulated over lifetimes to lead the village again. Are elders usually reborn so far from the village? Most often they return somewhere in Nasitwak, a member of another village, or they're reborn among the Glam Fallen of the White Dead Wens. Even so, it's hard to say what's usual. A mischievous grin crinkles out his eyes. When my grandfather was a boy, the elder came back as a polar bear. The huntress chosen for the task had to recite half of the village's deeds while running from the bear, from the beast. Her expression sobers. Even so, there's been journeys longer than mine, some last decades, and the huntress doesn't always return. What happens when the elder is found? That depends on the man or woman he's become. It's easiest when the rebirth happens in another village of Nasitwak, where the tradition is understood. Even the White Ones and the southern islands of the Deadfire Archipelago, people understand this custom and will welcome you politely enough, even if their souls do not remember. She shrugs, but sometimes you find someone whose soul has no memory of the village, and you have to tell him of people who remember him still. As disheartening as this is, you hope that the reminder will aid his soul in a future life. How do you get picked to come search for Persoq? She grins. Another old village tradition. The elders watch the caribou migrations and cast field bones to determine the right time for this journey. When the humans will determine, all the village wise drew shark teeth. We're the ones that go away to hunt and fish, so we're the best suited for a task like this. Anyway, I grabbed the little tooth, she frowns. Traveling so far is a rare privilege for us. But as you can see, the journey can be unpredictable. What are your thoughts on my search? She crosses her arms. Taos has made for an interesting chase, but I can't figure is whether he's on the run from something or pursuing a quarry of his own. Find the other arch in the woods.
You're mine.
Can't get a good shot with this.
Hey.
Done and done.
Not a problem.
Okay, that's the last batch, I think. And the last bastards. Adra Arch. Where would an Adra Arch be? And where in the ever-loving hell is that organ donor going? Adra Arch. Adra Arch. You'd think one way or another, but rather curious how I get over here though. It almost looks like there's a way this way. Let's go. See, maybe I get lucky. And pigs will fly. Tits up and backwards. Azura has arrived, offering to help you hero's mantle for... Huh? Okay, I'm gonna head to Gab.ai then. Sell off everything I got that I don't need.
Last thing the Deerwood needs is another foreign colony.
Okay, I want that cloak. Goddamn bastard leaves so quickly. I was like, okay, I'm gonna sell everything, then buy that. Ah, fuck you. Well, fuck you too. Okay, purchase. Thank you. Now let's head to Gab.ai. I think I'm gonna give that cloak to Edar. I think.
Not a problem.
Not as beautiful as the Anguithan ruins near my home, but your fortress is impressive in its own little way.
Fuck you too. I need to manually resolve that, and I will. But I have to be ready for it first and foremost. I have strong walls here, safer than any cave. Yeah, let's hope I don't lose you in that battle that's gonna be coming. But it's 30 minutes, so I'm going to leave it off here now, ladies and gentlemen. Because, yeah. Thank you for watching, or more precisely surviving up until this point, because gods know the editing's kinda interesting, and My voice has a melodic tone to it. If you like what you saw, feel free to hit the subscribe button, like button. It does help out the statistics of the channel, gets more visible, you know, stuff like that. And to be honest, at one point I would like to actually make this a job so I can do better content with better quality, more games, more coverage, you know, stuff like that. Take care.